I started pouring out before I hit play, so it might sound weird.
I really needed this coffee right now. This is actually the first coffee of the day. We never ever record podcasts this early in the day.
Usually because there's construction, but it's Sunday.
Right! Sunday is like a really nice day. Alright, first of all, to set the vision here, Chris and I are both sitting at our usual podcast area, but Lila is sharing the stool that Chris is sitting on, and he barely has any room.
Yeah, Lila, you really want to be on this show.
Yeah,
I'll take a picture right now.
Take a nice pic.
Hey, Lila.
Here, hey, Doot. She's cute. But yeah, hello and welcome to Coffee with Chrachel.
This is
episode 13.
Yeah, 13.
Yes. We
avoided the catastrophe of having the good news shared on the 13th episode.
Also, if you think about it, didn't we find out about the good news on Friday and we uploaded a podcast on Friday? It could have been Friday the 13th episode.
Ew. Lila, what are you doing right now?
She's being a crawlo. Yeah, so it is Sunday afternoon, 1 p.m. We were going to originally record this last night, but we ended up being on Minecraft with everybody.
We were on Twitch.
Yeah. So now we're doing that. So sorry that this episode's getting up like a little bit later, but we figured you guys got an extra one this week, so you guys probably wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
So, how the hell are you, Chris?
I'm doing... I can't say I'm doing too bad right now. I think I'm a little bit relaxed. I'm doing pretty good.
Well, let's talk about the kind of coffee that we're drinking today. I feel like we featured this on the show. Oh my god. Group chats right now. It's just not a good idea.
Yeah. So, we have another fabulous bag of Wawa Original Roast. You probably will hear this a lot because I expect lots of Wawa bags to be sent our way, but I'm not complaining. I love it. Keep
I'm not
going.
upset.
Like, this is amazing. So, we've got the classic brown bag Wawa Original with that fucking goose on it.
It's a hearty blend.
Taking it back to the classics.
And this is from Maddie, right?
Yes, this is from Maddie.
Maddie, well, thank you so much.
You sent us so much fucking Wawa. It's crazy.
We were at the P.O. box yesterday. Honestly, you guys are fucked up.
Oh my god, yeah, that was yesterday.
Yeah, I know. Yesterday feels like forever ago. We did a lot.
Like, we weren't running out of coffee, but, like, we only had, like, a couple more bags to feature, and then we went there and it's like, well, okay, well, now we've got, like, 5 million more, because you guys are nuts.
You guys are great, and we also got some really funny random things in the P.O. box. We got a t-shirt with Guy Fieri on it, and... like a fucking lighter with cats all over it, and just a bunch of random little things, and it was really fun, so, yeah. Oh my god,
You'll hear more, like, when we get to, like, your coffee, we'll like, talk about what she sent us. And,
yeah. I plan
There's some fun things.
She is, like, sniffing
Lila,
the mic.
I swear, if you... No,
oh my god.
Don't push those buttons.
She has her paw
I swear
on
to
the
God.
mic.
Lila's been a real shit, and I think it's because she's reaching her terrible twos.
You think?
She's reaching her terrible
She
twos.
doesn't turn 2 until May. Your face right now, you're like, wait.
Damn it, wait. I got that.
We've only had her for a year. We'll have her for a year in November.
Oh my god. Lila. Just fucking stop.
She's been very bad lately, but it's okay because she's still very chunky.
Like, Squeezie's the one that reaches for the power button on the laptops and turns them off. Or turns off my Xbox.
Yeah.
Like, he's the one that does that. I don't want you to start pushing stop on the fucking recorder.
I think Squeezie taught her how to be evil, which is kind of great.
What did... Oh, she did something else yesterday.
Oh, her new thing is to sit on top of her air conditioner. And the other day, I woke up and I was like, it's really warm in here, right? And because, like, we keep the air conditioner, like, the fan on, kind of running. Like, it's we don't really need the air conditioner now because it's, like, fall. But we leave the fan running for noise. And we wake up to it being kind of warm. And it was because she had put it on 88 degrees with her ass.
Lila, I swear to God, now you're trying to hack into the cable over here.
She's doing a lot of things.
Holy shit, Lila.
She just, like, wants to rub against everything.
Hey, don't chew on that cord.
You bitch.
We're trying to make a show.
We're trying to do a podcast right now.
Fucking shit.
Oh my god. But anyway, I'm drinking out of a Microsoft mug in honor of you, Chris.
Yeah, it's so dumb. One of the things I thought of, Lila, I swear to God, I'm going to lock you away.
Alright, you talk, I'm gonna squawk.
one of the things that I was like, this is one of the stupid things, like, way after the fact of, like, I lost my job, like, I was just thinking, like, well, great, I bought all of this Microsoft paraphernalia at the fucking, like, the store on the campus, and, like, now I'm just like, well, this shit makes me sad.
Oh, yeah, I remember, like, when you got laid off and we had the Microsoft mugs, I was like, we can't use these anymore. And, like, I felt really uncomfortable every time we used them.
But I did, on, like, the day of my last interview, I specifically made sure I drank coffee out of a Microsoft mug in the morning because I was like, ooh, maybe this would be good juju, you know?
Putting her toe beans in my mouth. Alright, you can run free, Lila, but...
Just go, like, attack Squeezie or
just
something
go to bed. Like,
attack Squeezie.
It's 1 PM. They're usually totally asleep right now. Yeah, need that carpet. We have, like, a fake fur carpet that we just got, and her new thing is to, like, knead it.
I'm assuming it's because, like, the fur is white, so it might look like her mom.
Oh, she's doing that right now.
All right. My god. Okay,
Leave
she's
her
good.
be. Yeah, so, alright, drinking the Wawa coffee. It's a Sunday. It's Emmy's night. I am so excited.
So many categories with lots of good, like, choices.
I'm not gonna lie, I am, like, 99% invested just so I can see the Mad Men cast on TV one more time all together. Like... I'm so excited for that, actually.
You just want to see John Hamm a lot. And also, like, everybody, because, like, that entire cast is, like, so attractive.
I'm really here for, like, a January Jones, John Hamm sandwich.
Yeah.
Ham sandwich. Also, like, honestly, every single person on that show is fuckable, except for, what's his face? Henry Crane, is that his name?
Yeah, Henry Crane.
Fuck that guy. He's an asshole. Oh my god, Megan Draper.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. A great show. Even Fran. Betty's fucking friend.
Oh my god, yeah.
Sorry, my throat is like fucked up. Luckily my heartburn went away, because I had the world's worst heartburn last night, because I ate nothing all day, and then ate like a shitty sandwich, and I was fucked up for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
It really honed me in. Alright, so let's talk about the topic for today. So, we don't really have any other updates on our lives, personally.
I think we're just riding Cloud 9 right now.
Yeah, so the topic that we wanted to talk about in today's podcast is kind of about HGTV. Oh my god, my voice.
Your morning voice right now.
I know. It's not even morning, it's just because I slept the fuck in. I was up, like, really late last night, so... Anyway, HGTV. We want to discuss... kind of, like, pretty much House Hunters and some of the fucking weird things that we see on House Hunters that, like, annoy us as people that pretty much have, like, at least the almost exact same taste in home shit.
Yeah,
like, we're pretty fucking lucky that there's, like, not really any room for us to be, like, I don't know, arguing, I guess, about, like, home interiors.
I think about it, like, people always talk about, like, what are things that you should look for, like, in a partner, kind of? And, like, obviously, what?
You're about to go, like, in this road.
No, I'm just saying, like, you can talk about, obviously, all the important shit, but I feel like your style of home is a really important piece, because that's where you're going to be living for the rest of your life and spending all of your time with this person. So, like,
and, like, it's fine if, like, you have different taste, because I'm sure, like, it could work anyway.
But if, like, you want to live in a city, but your partner wants to live in the middle of, like, a farm, like, there's going to be some issues.
Oh, yeah. Or, like, when we watch House Hunters and they're, like, someone wants a really modern home and the other person wants the vintage charmer, and you're just like, fuck, like, how is this even going to work? Because you cannot find... It's very hard to find, like, a home that has, like... Because I would totally live in a Victorian kind of home on the outside, where the outside is, you know, very ornate looking and pretty, and, like, has, like, that cool structure that makes you have, like, bay windows and stuff. But, like, I want the inside to be, obviously, pretty modern, like, updated.
Yeah.
And that's mostly because I personally, like, as much as the charming kind of, like, Victorian homes are really cool, personally, as someone that's always thinking, like, too realistically, I don't want a home that's, like, not brand fucking new just because of all the problems that
I mean,
come
watching
with
Love It or List It has really just, like, jaded me against buying anything that's not new, because it's like,
I'm always on David's side for that show because, like, it's fucked up. They'll be like, we need another bedroom, and then Hillary can't do it.
You have $3 to give us a whole new house. David, find us something brand new.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just a mess, but yeah, so we wanted to talk today about kind of like what we want in a house in the future, even though that's going to be forever away.
Forever away,
But also, like, there's like some nuances to HGTV / House Hunters that, like, piss us off that I've always wanted to, like, talk about in a video, but now we have the podcast, so it works. So.
pretty much, but shitty plug time. We've been making houses on fucking Minecraft on Twitch, and, like, we've been trying to get, like, our style across, at least in the first one, like...
The first one was pretty accurate.
A little bit. Like, there's obviously only so much you can do in Minecraft, but,
Yeah.
like, we tried really hard to, like, make a house kind of what we would want it to look like.
Yeah.
And so, if you want to see that, will you go on there randomly?
What is my Twitch? Just Rachel Whitehurst?
Yes.
Yeah. We should probably change it.
You're probably going to change that to, like, Crachel or CoffeeWithChrachel or something.
Something. Because, like, it's not just me that plays it, and I feel like if the name was changed, like, you could get on the Twitch sometime, and, like, I could just not be on.
Yeah, like either one of us could just go on by ourselves. Like,
yeah.
oh my god, can you imagine a podcast with just, like, one of us gone and...
That would be weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I could do it. That's pretty much what my videos are.
Yeah, I think I could personally do it too, but...
Oh, yeah. But it would be, like, you'd have to have, like, some sort of topic that was, like, set up.
If I did that myself, I'd just be here and I'd be like, so Squeezie, what do you think about, like...
Speaking
of Squeezie, what do you think of the roast that we're drinking today?
He'd be like, roast me up and call me Bappo. But yeah, so let's talk House Hunters. What is our biggest pet peeve when watching House Hunters?
We both agree on this, and it's so...
There's a lot of pet peeves.
There's a lot of pet peeves, but this is probably, like, number one, and it's so annoying. Literally, like, the most, like, antiquated fucking thing is so just... It pisses us off. It's fucking man caves.
I don't even care about, like, House Hunters in general. Like, man caves make me so annoyed. First of all, it's the idea that, first of all, it's a very heteronormative thinking. Like, let's be honest. Because it's usually like, this guy has to have a separate room in his home to get away from his wife. It's like, oh my god, I can't possibly be around my wife
It's
whatever
like,
time of the day. I have to have a separate fucking room for me to be a man. Like, honestly, nothing makes me more, like, grossed out than that statement.
Like, I'm only gone 40 plus hours every week at my job, but God forbid I spend the time that I'm at home with my wife.
Yeah.
I gotta be away from all of that shit.
I gotta play video games in a dungeon in the basement because I can't fucking possibly be playing video games in the living room while my wife could be, like, making noise.
And God forbid, maybe if I had kids, like, if my kid was around, even worse, like...
I just don't... Like, there's so many things about it that piss me off. First of all, okay, whenever I watch this show, and there's, like, a guy that's like, I need to have a separate room for me to do my thing, where I can just relax, like, okay... I personally am like, alright, how strong is your relationship? Because, like, Chris and I live in fucking, like, what?
It's like 400 square feet.
It's like 400 square feet, and you play video games without me, like, all the time, and what do? You put on headphones. You put a headset in, and we're always, like, super nice about it. I'm not like, please, oh my god, get this Call of Duty out of here. Like, no, I'm just like, hey, can you put in headphones? I'm about to fucking edit a video and I need to hear myself.
You have, like, any console, you can buy, like, $100 headset that plays the sound through the headset, so that way you can not have the sound on the TV, and boom, problem solved.
I love our headset. But yeah, so there's that part of it. But it's also just, like, the idea that, you know, women don't need a separate room.
Well, you have the kitchen. Duh.
Exactly, right? Exactly. Or we get a bathroom. Like, the women are always, like, the ones that get the bathroom. Yeah, like, no. Like, fuck off. Like, not only do I not need a separate room to get away from my partner? Because, like, I think that once I ever reach that, I don't know what Squeezie's playing.
Squeezie is eating crumbs off the floor. You guys are fucking me up today.
Once I reach that point in my relationship where I feel that, like, I need a separate room to get away from my significant other, I'm kind of like, I don't know about this. And it's, like, not that we don't need space. And, like, obviously, it's difficult to have space in a studio apartment like ours and everything, but, like, for me, I don't know, like, you know, when you go out to your job, I work from home, you're gone 8 hours every day, and, you know, 40 hours a week, I'm by myself, and I enjoy my mornings by myself, where it's just me doing my thing, but, like, I don't understand that whole concept of, like, a man cave. Plus,
I want to come home, and I want to hang out with you, like, that's what I want to do when I come home.
And, like, I don't know, I don't think... For us, like, the man cave would be replaced with, like, an office, or...
Yeah, it would
or, like, it would be, like, a den, but it would be a room that we would both share. Because, like, ideally, when we're rich, I'd love to have, obviously, one bedroom for us, and then I'd love to have, like... I would love to have a 2-bedroom home, one for it to be, like, a home office.
Yeah.
Because I would love to have a room where I could have my fucking desk that I could, like, edit my videos in and not have to worry about, like, outside noise.
So that way it can almost
film.
kind of be like you're going to work. Like, you're going into that room, not your work room, you know what I mean? Like,
everybody says with working at home it can be, like, really depressing, because what happens a lot is that you'll just take your work and you'll do it in your bed, and that's, like, one of the things that's really looked down upon is, like, you shouldn't do your work, and I still don't, like, sometimes I still do my work in my bed, and it's bad, so, like, you're not supposed to equate, like, your bed space to, like, your workspace, and so, you know, like, they say that you're supposed to, like, at least get up and make sure that you're doing it at your desk. I think I watched a really interesting video. I kind of personally want to make a video about working from home on my channel, but
that'd
I watched...
be a really great video.
Yeah, I think it would be fun, because, like, first of all, any of the YouTubers that watch me, it's for them, too. Like, a lot of YouTubers, this is their reality, but, like, there's plenty of you guys that work from home, so... But I think it was Ingrid Nielsen who made a video about working from home, and it was really, really good. I actually really enjoyed it, and I thought it was really smart. And one of the things that she did was, like, just getting dressed, because, like, you'll, you know, obviously for me, when I wake up, like, I just throw on whatever clothes are, like, nearest. Usually it's, like, a big t-shirt or something, and I do a lot of my work, obviously, in, like, a big t-shirt. But she says that, like, even if you don't, like, do any effort, you don't even have to, like, put a bra on, but, like, just the act of, like, getting dressed and then sitting at your desk will make it feel more... Because that's the problem with working at home is, like, it can bleed out into, like, your regular life and your regular relaxation time, and also with, like, the whole YouTube thing, we don't ever really stop working.
Well, yeah, that's just even weirder.
That's just
part to it, because then it's like it's blended into your life.
And that's probably why so many YouTubers, like, are always taking, like, little breaks here and there and, like, getting unmotivated. It's because, like, they, you know, obviously the videos, that's all, like, the work aspect, but then there's, like, the times that, like, I'm always on my phone, like, I'm, like, replying to things or whatever, and, like, just, you know, checking in and making sure everything's, like, good and I'm not hacked or whatever. Like, I'm always, like, on the ball, and, like, most people, like, they clock out of work, and then they're not, like, thinking about work until the next day they clock in, and, like, for me, I don't think I ever stop thinking about this whole bullshit, but at the same time, it's better this way, too, because I like it. So, thank God. You have to find something you like.
You have to find ways to make it work. Because plenty of people work from home, and
I know. If I had a 1-bedroom, I think it would be better.
Yeah, definitely.
But
or a 2-bedroom.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Even a 1-bedroom though. I mean, like, so that way.
Because then it would be like the desk would be like in the living room, and like my bedroom would be like a bedroom.
Yeah.
Literally a bedroom. Our bedroom is not a bedroom. It's like a living room. It's a workspace. It's a DIY space. It's like,
everything.
It's space. Where we eat dinner half the time, even though we have stools. But yeah, so man caves.
Way off there, but back to man caves.
I just think it's dumb. It's very like sexist fucking crap.
Every time somebody says like, "I need a man cave," I just automatically think of like Joey and Chandler's house and or apartment in Friends, just like 2 big recliners with a TV. Like,
yeah. There's also like the idea that like a man cave always looks like shit. It's always those ugly ass basic bitch chairs that are like the puffy leather chairs, you know what I'm saying?
I don't.
And, like, I just don't give a fuck. Like, I don't know. I don't care. But anyway, so that's that's something that really annoys me, I guess.
That's like the number one annoyance, because then like they'll like turn down houses because
it doesn't
like,
have
a
bonus room for him. Like, what?
Yeah.
And like, we're all living in the day of the iPads and laptops and phones. Like, you're trying to tell me that like you're not like you can't just sit in the goddamn living room with headphones. Like, it doesn't bother me at all when I'm trying to get work done and you're playing a video game in the same room as me, but you have headphones in.
Yeah,
like,
it's not like the fucking olden days when like it was like after dinner, okay, the ladies would have tea and the boys would go to the billiard room to have whiskey and cigars. Like, it's not like fucking that. We have technology.
I know. I don't get it, but whatever.
I think I already have what at least is like what I think is our next biggest annoyance.
Okay.
And that's like the absolute need for double sinks.
Oh my god, people literally turn down homes if they don't have double sinks. And like, I can get the intrigue of having double sinks. It's, first of all, our sink in our bathroom is just like one sink and it's got like drawers underneath it, but the sink itself takes up all of the counter space, so there's really no space for you to put like anything on the countertop. So when you have double sinks, you usually have a fucking wide ass countertop for you to put lots of things. That's great. Cool. But the idea that I always see on like House Hunters is like people flipping the fuck out because they don't have double sinks and they can't possibly get ready like in the same room as each other, like with the bathroom. And like, what I don't get is like, why do so many people get ready in the bathroom? I don't do any of my getting ready-ness in the bathroom.
Do my hair. That's it.
I mean,
you don't even do your hair. But
I blow dry my hair in the bathroom. I wash my face. Obviously, I go to the bathroom. But I don't put my makeup on. All right, people out there that wear makeup, it is not hygienic to store your makeup in not only the bathroom, it's like obviously a germ-filled room, no matter how often you clean it, but the humidity from the shower is going to create bacteria in your makeup. And so it's not a good idea to store your makeup in there. So I don't understand, like, when you're watching House Hunter and it's like, oh, my wife wants to do her makeup and then we're pushing elbows. It's like, wife, honey, why don't you do your makeup in a different room? Because
you get like
it's
a desk
sanitary.
or a vanity. Wow.
A vanity.
A vanity. Oh, I just like combined words. Get like a vanity or like a desk or something and put that in like the bedroom or something like that.
You don't even need like a...
I mean, just like to make it easier. Like,
I don't get how people can stand in front of a mirror and do their makeup. Like, I need to be sitting down, and I know a lot of my friends that are like makeup artists, they're like, how the fuck do you hold a mirror while doing your makeup? Because I always have a compact mirror in my hand, but I can't do my makeup without holding a compact mirror. Like, it steadies me somehow, but like, I don't know how the fuck anyone just stands in front of a mirror and like, especially like over a sink where you're kind of like doing that like slight bend. I don't get how people can do it, because my back would be dead. But I mean, if you can do that, fucking more power to you. But
if anything, I would just like a bathroom that had like
tons of storage.
Well, like the counter space of a double sink bathroom, but with just that one sink removed.
Well,
like,
I've seen that. Like on House Hunters, I remember I was watching recently, and it was like basically a totally long cabinet sink area, but it only had one sink, and there was all this extra space, and they were like, oh man, like this is a total deal breaker. And I'm thinking, like, look at all the space you have to put like a tray of like skincare items or like your soaps, or like you have so much fucking room. Like, oh my god, what I wouldn't do for more space. We have like a few inches on each side.
A cat could really fucking hang out while you're taking a shit, you know?
Oh, I know. They just sit in our sink. Like, literally on our sink, the only thing we have room for is our toothbrushes, a thing of toothpaste, and the soap. Sometimes I squeeze in like my candle, but like other than that, there's really no fucking room. So yeah, I mean, I can understand why people would want double sinks, but also I just don't see like how necessary it is really in life.
I mean,
like, think about how many times like we're in the bathroom together washing our faces. Like, do people wash their faces in unison? I'm just very confused.
I mean, like, you do your makeup and hair out here at your desk. I do my hair, which doesn't even take me that long, in the bathroom. And then, like, rarely are we doing those things at the same time anyway.
The only time it's like slightly inconvenient for us to have one sink, which I still don't think it's inconvenient at all, is like at nighttime we have like a kind of nighttime routine. I usually take off my makeup if I was wearing any, or just wash my face and put on all my skincare stuff. And then you go in and you do the same thing, and then we do the litter box, because the litter box is in the bathroom. But, like, so basically you just have to wait for me to, like, finish doing my face before you do it. Which is
fine. I can fucking entertain myself for, like,
5
however
minutes.
long you're in there doing your stuff.
And, like, these are people, like, that literally already in this house have, like, 3 bathrooms. Like, this is, like, a 3.5 bath home, and they're like, we need double sinks, though, in the master. It's like, bitch, you have, like, 6 bathrooms. Like, why don't you just go downstairs? I know it's a pain in the ass, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people, like, we were watching that episode the other day, and it was, like, there were no bathrooms on the main floor, but there were, like, 3 bathrooms on the second floor, and they were like, oh, this is a deal breaker.
It was like there was 2 levels, and then they had a basement, so it's, like, technically 3 levels.
Oh, okay.
And then, like, they had 2 upstairs and 1 downstairs.
But nothing on, like, the living room floor. Like, that too. I don't think it's a big deal. I mean... Meanwhile, all we had to do was, like, walk 10 feet down the hallway, and then we're at anything that we need. But, I don't know. I'm, like, interested because a 2-story home is cool because it's nice to have more space, obviously. And I think about the cats and how much they would probably enjoy having, like, a staircase to, like, lounge on.
Especially if they had, like, a overlooking loft kind of dealio.
I would love a loft.
I could go either way. I have no preference as to the number of floors that my.
But I also love a bungalow style home that's all one floor. That's kind of like just got like a lot of windows, and it's like maybe surrounded by a lot of like trees and stuff. Because like there was like a house. I feel like bungalows are always like really like in nature. I feel like because they're like low to the ground. They always have like lots of like bushes and shit like that. And I feel like that's like a really nice aesthetic that I enjoy. Topiaries.
Topiaries. What else is kind of annoying? I mean,
well, I mean, obviously when people are like upset over like paint color, it's like, okay, it's
people are starting to catch on now in the newer episodes. They're like, but we can change this.
Yeah, in the older episodes, this was like, and then the realtor would be like, it's not a big deal.
That's an easy fix.
Yeah, that's an easy fix. But that one's always kind of frustrating. Or when people, like, need a pool or a backyard. I don't know. Okay. Maybe I feel like people...
We're city people.
People listening to this are probably like, these fucking assholes. But it's also because we don't have a dog and we don't plan on having children. So that's probably why we would never need a fucking, like, huge yard or anything. But I think about it as, like, as a person that doesn't want to fucking do yard work. That, like, the bigger the yard, the more fucking shit you gotta do. Especially if you live in a cold climate. Think about all the shoveling and just mowing the lawn. And fuck
I
that.
think it's okay. Like, obviously, if you got kids or you, like, want to
have a dog,
or you want to play, like, games or something.
Or you're an outdoorsy person and you want a fucking outdoor space. Like, that's chill.
That's chill.
I would want, like, a deck. Personally.
Yeah, but like having a yard for the sake of having a yard is so old age. It's like that was obviously like a status symbol in the early 1900s. Like if you had a big yard, you have money and like you kept it manicured and shit. But like now it's like, who the fuck cares?
Yeah, I know.
For the sake of it just being for that.
But the pool too, because I don't like. It's not like when. Because I don't mind when people are like, all right, we want a pool, like, for whatever reason. Like, that's cool. Like, I personally don't give a shit about having a pool ever. Or, like, a hot tub. Like, I'd rather have a bathroom that has, like, a really nice soaking tub than, like, having a fucking outdoor pool or a hot tub. And plus, that's also my red hair.
I'll take a hot tub if it's there. Like, I ain't gonna turn that down. But, I mean, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I think when, like... The best is when they, like, roll up to a house on House Hunters, and, like, they never asked for a pool, but, like, this house happened to have one, and they're like, oh my god, like, that's crazy, like, that's awesome, and then I'm always, like, the one person that's like, but think about all the maintenance, like, the pool maintenance. Yeah, like,
if it was not, like, specifically something that they were looking for, then, like...
There's always, like, one person that's like, alright, but think about the pool maintenance, because, well, we were watching a house the other day that was, like, they had an indoor pool.
Yeah.
That was so random. If I was gonna have a pool at all, it'd be outside.
That one was so weird because, like, they had an indoor pool, and then, like, you went into the master bedroom, and then, like, from the master bedroom, there was, like, these...
It wasn't the master. It was...
No. I thought I remember it was the master bedroom, and then there's like 2 French doors, and you open them up, and then it was like this random like viewing room with a giant window that looked into the pool area.
It was like an extra room that like I guess you could use as like maybe like an office or something,
I'm sure
but like you just have this huge window that looks out at like your indoor pool.
Which like that's not like the greatest. That's not the view I want if I had an at-home office.
Picture me like swimming, and
oh my God.
I mean, it would be nice to have like a lap pool or something that like you could get your workout on.
I don't know why
swimming is a full body workout, and I love swimming as a Pisces.
That'd be kind of fun.
I would just have to literally get a swim cap because I would not be like dyeing my hair every week.
True.
It would. I never swam in a chlorinated pool when my hair was red. Because like we belonged to like a swim club when I was like little and stuff, and like maybe through like middle school. But I dyed my hair like senior year of high school, and then you're like in college, and I don't have time for this fucking pool shit. So like,
yeah.
I don't think I've swam in a pool with my red hair, and I don't know what would happen. Like,
that'd be
the ocean already like fucks it up with just like the salt water. Yeah. So
for whatever reason, I just picture like if we had like a lap pool or an indoor pool, I just picture like Lila floating around on a boogie board, like just like chilling.
I feel like Lila would swim though, because like Squeezie but also Squeezie dunks his head in water. Yeah. I don't know. It's a very, very confusing.
You guys have an interesting dynamic with water.
Yeah, they definitely do. But yeah, so let's talk about like what we want in like future home and shit, because this is something like that we're both very interested in. As someone who lived in Levittown, Pennsylvania, which if you don't know what that is, I'll give you a little history lesson. Levittown is I think it is the first cookie cutter town is what they called it, and it's basically the dude Levitt. He was the one that invented like the way of building neighborhoods where you literally just plop down the same exact like frame in every like in a row.
It's like so that way they could like factory build the same piece.
Yeah,
like,
it was like mass producing homes very quickly, and it's not like these like nice big like developments that you see now that are like huge. These are like very small, like normal sized homes, but they all look exactly the same. And growing up, all of your neighbors had the exact same house as you, and like you'd go over to your friend's house and like you'd be like, I'm in my bedroom right now, but it's your home office.
Oh my God.
It's just everyone's house was the same, and then it was like slightly ritzy if you were the person that turned your garage into a finished den area.
Yeah.
That was like the intrigue. We did not do that at my house, but a lot of people got like extensions, and then like we had Extreme Home Makeover in our neighborhood, and then it just was like this giant white box that did not fit.
Because the plots were not like large plots of land, so then like it was as much as you could fit onto this
They had
plot.
no yard, but like the houses next to it are like the exact same size, so it's like short, big, short. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was nuts. And
why would Joseph Gordon-Levitt do this to us? You know what I mean?
It was him. But growing up, I always was like, I don't know, jealous of my friends that lived in different neighborhoods that had like really unique, charming homes with like secret rooms or like just rooms that I'd never seen before, you know, just like stuff. So I was always like really interested in home decor and shit, and like would watch HGTV like religiously. And
my dad, he is extremely big into construction and renovating houses. He had his own contracting company for a while, and he was renovating people's spaces. And all throughout my childhood, we would live in different houses for probably like 5 or 6 years, and he would renovate the house over the time that we were there from top to bottom, and then like we'd sell the house and then move on to the next one.
And like he would decorate it like very nice.
My dad's really fucking good at it, and like I mean, the only channel that was ever on TV was HGTV, like, to go along with that.
And they don't have, like, the same style as us, because they really like that kind of rustic...
country home.
Country charmer. And it's, like, beautifully manicured. Like
I would live in any of my dad's houses without thinking about it. I
love their house that they just...
Yeah, that they just...
Not the house that they just built, because I haven't seen it yet, but the one that they were living in while they were building their log cabin.
Yeah.
That home, the kitchen, and the ceiling that had, like, the vaults in it, and just, it was a very, very pretty house.
Yeah.
I really liked it. And it was, like, a really small house, but it was, like, fucking done.
Really done.
It was really nice.
Best part was that, like...
And their yard, too. Like, they do all kinds of, like, landscaping and shit. Like...
My dads would do, like, a really fucking good job. Like, my dad's favorite person on HGTV, I don't know if you know him, his show was, like, Homes on Homes.
Okay, I've heard of it.
Yeah, and he was just this guy, and, like, he would come in and, like, anything that was not, like, up to, like, every strict code, like, he would fucking fix it up. Like, make sure everything was, like, exactly the way that it needed to be. And that's the way that, like, my dad, like, renovated places. Like,
yeah.
It would take a while, but he would make sure that everything was, like,
perfect,
how it's actually supposed to be. And, like, he would pull apart the houses that we moved into, and, like, shit's always fucked up.
He would literally, like, come to our apartments that, like, you're not supposed to, like, do anything to or anything, and he'd be like, this, because, like, alright, remember our last apartment, and the door, you could, like, you had to, like, really close it very hard because it was, like, really touching the carpet, and it was, like,
it was because it was kind of off a little bit.
And he, like, came in, visited us, and it was like, alright, I'm gonna fix this door and, like, the windows. And, like, he just fixed a bunch of random shit. We were like, thank you.
It was, I think that was the day of graduation, wasn't it? And he was like, okay, while you guys are putting on your cap and gown, I'm gonna fucking fix this door.
Yeah, it was a wild day.
Oh no, sirens.
You talked about graduation, and that was my internal screaming.
Oh my god.
Graduation was not a good day for your girl, Ruble. Have we talked about this on the podcast?
Oh no, we have not talked about that.
Oh my god. So, Chris and I, first of all, we almost didn't even walk on the same day because of our different schools that we were majoring in. You know what I mean? Like, you're in the science, and I'm in the Well, I'm in humanities, but it's communication.
No, you were the arts.
The arts, right.
You got a BA.
I was humanities when I was, a BS.
I got a bullshit.
Yeah. I got a bat. So, graduation. At this point, I am very depressed in life. I'm not doing so hot. And I've also gained a lot of weight. And so putting on that cap and gown, which is, like, the most unflattering thing that you can wear.
This black drape.
Like, I felt so horrible wearing that, first of all. Second of all, my family shows up and is, like, sitting with Chris's family, and they leave in the middle of the graduation.
Was it before or after you walked?
I still don't even know. I don't even know if I know that. And, like, obviously, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm in, like, the seats, like,
and we can't
graduating.
Phones out.
Yeah, well, alright, so backstory. They have, like, a dog that was at home being watched by my sister, who didn't even show up to my graduation. And, you know, the dog had just recently gotten some superficial mole removed. Like, literally not even, like...
You know, if you have old dogs, they kind of just get, like, skin tags that, like... They're
harmless. They're just extra little
You can
skin.
go get it checked out. Make sure it's not anything serious. But, like, it's just, like, old dog skin tags kind of thing. Like, I don't know.
Old people get skin tags. It's not...
Yeah.
They had it removed because they're fucking crazy. And so he's got, like, you know, stitches now. And they didn't put him in the cone because they wanted him to be able to, like, rest easily. And it's like, okay, do you not understand, though, that you have to wear the cone so that they don't have to be, like, staring at the dog all day, making sure it's not going to rip open his stitches. Like, when Lila got fixed, it was horrible having her wear the cone when we weren't around to watch her, but...
We did it.
We did it.
Like...
And when we're asleep, too. Like, you just have to leave it on. My parents were like, oh, fuck it, like, we can have Ariel watch him, and it'll be fine. So I guess something must have happened while we were all at graduation, and he, like, because he's not wearing a fucking cone, ripped a stitch, and she had already been, like, at the vet, like, everything was fine. Like, he was already at the vet, like, getting fixed up. My sister had it under control. She's, like, older than I am. She was, like, 26 or whatever. So, like, she had her shit together. And they obviously, because you guys don't even really understand, like, the backstory with my whole dog situation, which is really...
This is going to be a whole nother...
It could be a whole podcast, but, like, it's really turned me off to dogs, and it's, like, so sad because dogs don't deserve this kind of bad feelings that I have, and it's like just resentment from weird family dynamics. But anyway, they leave in the middle of the graduation. Apparently they had been like texting me like crazy, being like, when do you walk? And like, when you're done walking, you need to get back to the apartment right now. Because I had the keys to my apartment, and they had like left stuff in my apartment, like purses and stuff that they didn't want to bring to the graduation. So they needed to get into my apartment and leave. And they were like trying to get me to leave like in the middle of my own fucking graduation. And I'm like, obviously I wasn't looking at my phone because a lot of people had their phone out. Yeah, I just didn't want to be like, I didn't want to get in trouble at graduation. Like, I was listening to, like, my graduation. An asshole, like. I'm sorry. Like, and I didn't have a purse on me, so my phone is, like, literally in my bra. And they told us that we weren't even supposed to have our phones, but I had it in case I wanted to take any pictures. Yeah. And I ended up not taking any pictures because I hated the way I looked, and also I was, like, really upset. And so I don't look at my phone until after I've walked and after we've tossed the hats and everyone's like, congrats, blah, blah, blah. And when you get up, you're walking down this kind of like dirt road, and it's lined with everybody's families and like, whatever, people that are coming to see them. And I'm like just walking through. At this point, I'm looking at my phone and I'm seeing like this like wall of text messages that I've got like that are very like aggressive and being like, let me know when we can get to the apartment like right now, and like all this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm, like, walking through, like, looking for my goddamn family, and I cannot find them. And meanwhile, everyone's, like, hugging their families and getting, like, flowers, and just, this is just, like, taking me back to, like, high school when I would be, like, at a fucking play, and, like, everyone that was also in the play would be, like, their families are there with flowers, and I'm just, like, I'm by myself. I need to find a ride home, like, you know what I mean? So, it was just, like, not a good time for me. And I find your family, and they were, like, your family, like, left in the middle of the thing. Like, I don't even know where they are. And I'm, like, trying not to cry. Like, and I'm just like, oh, haha, usual thing. White hearse antics. Like, it's not a problem. And, like, your family, you finally show up. We hug. And I'm, like, fucking upset. And we take a picture together. And I probably look so, like, just not there in that photo because I'm not there. Yeah. And then I just like immediately got home. I think Emily was there, and she like picked me up and she took me back, and I was like really upset. My parents, we saw them at the house. They're already at the house like just waiting for me. Like they couldn't even just like be there
because they couldn't leave. So like instead of just like staying at the graduation, just waited at the house.
Yeah. And so I'm obviously upset. They think I have no room to be upset because this dog who's fine at the vet is something like,
had something happen.
They've never apologized for this, and they still to this day like will not even acknowledge that it was like a thing that upset me at all. And this kind of like spun into like this whole thing because like I don't know, like they left. Me and Emily ordered like $50 worth of sushi. I was probably like smoking. Like I was just very like trying to like get my mind off of it. And then at this point we have like 2 weeks left staying in our apartment before our lease is up and before we're about to like move to Seattle. And so we were gonna spend, after our apartment was done and once we moved out, which, did they help us move out? I don't remember.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I think...
No, because
Emily and all of them helped us move out, I think.
I can't remember exactly.
I don't remember. It was a year ago. So, at this point, we were gonna go, like, Chris was gonna... Because Chris and I live, like, an hour and a half away from each other, like, when we're back at home. And so Chris was gonna spend a week with his family, and I was gonna spend a week with my family and Squeezie. And
no, what it was gonna be, I thought, wasn't it gonna be that, like...
Well, we had 2 weeks, and we were gonna each have...
Oh, wait, yeah, you're right. And then I would think I was gonna end up coming down to your place, because you were, like, 20 minutes out of Philly, and we were flying out of Philly, so, like...
Yeah, so, and we were like, alright, we're moving into each other. We're moving to Seattle together, so, like, I think we can handle, like, 2 weeks of us just, like, being apart before we move. And... So I, like, roll up to my house, like, obviously not really looking forward to this. I
had taken you.
Yeah, you took me. I had, like, stuff with me because I'm moving, across the fucking country. And I have a cat. And they were like, why do you have all this stuff? Like, there's no room for all of your things. And just, like, it was literally, like, a giant duffel bag of clothing. Like, I remember it was, like, that, remember that one big bag that we had?
Yeah, I think it was mostly because of...
It was the cat.
It was the cat.
Because, alright, at this point, our dog, who doesn't even go upstairs because he's old as hell, is downstairs, has no idea. He's so old and so, like, not even there that, like, he has no fucking idea that there's a cat in this house. The cat, Squeezie, who is terrified of everything, is just gonna be in my room, like, upstairs, hiding under the bed, pretty much. But they were upset that there was, like, a litter box. They were like, do we have to have a litter box? I was like, yes. Like, this is just how life works. Anyway, I don't even remember how everything, like, got fucked up, but... Oh, it must have been when they told me that they weren't going to see me off at the airport. I think that was when that went down.
Yeah, because the dog had a fucking appointment that...
No, it wasn't an appointment. He had to eat breakfast at a certain time. And that was when I was like, you know what? I think I'm fucking done here. Like, I think they're nuts when it comes to this dog, who is dead now, by the way. And...
We can switch topics from going back to the house to going into this if you want to.
I know, I'm just feeling like it. You guys don't even know, like, honestly, anything.
This is taking a fucking turn here, but I mean,
know.
Like, this is... I know you're really excited for this to just be able to finally, like, put this
I don't ever
there.
talk about this whole stuff because...
You can't fit this into a 5-minute YouTube video.
Can't talk, yeah, and, like, people don't really know, like, what happens with us, and... You know, at this point, I haven't talked to them in so goddamn long, and I know they're not listening to this podcast. And if they are, like, why the fuck would they listen to an hour-and-a-half podcast of a daughter that they don't give a fuck about? So, like, I just feel like I can sit here and finally actually talk about the shit I've had to go through.
I think out of all the years of all the shit that you went through, you've earned the right to, like, if they didn't want this to happen, if they didn't want this to happen, then they shouldn't have done this shit.
No shit.
Like,
that's how I feel, but, I mean, and I'm not out there, like, slandering them. Like, you know, I could have posted when I came out and they said all those awful things to me in text and on voicemail, and I could have easily been the bitter-ass person with an internet following who posted the screenshots of the things that they said when I came out on the internet, and I could have been like, "This, look at what they said." Like, you know what I mean? Like, it would have made them look awful, but I didn't, because it would make me look like I was just only coming out for, like, controversy's sake, or like I was really feeding into, like, the fact that there was, like, controversy around it. Like if anyone had that impression of me, like, fuck no. Like, I just wanted to, like, seamlessly have this all go down. Of course, I come out as bi, and I'm dating a guy for 5 years, so, like, at this point, if they're really concerned that I'm gonna, like, end up with a woman or something, like, you know, it's not really looking like it at the moment that I'm gonna be ending up with a woman. So, like, they really didn't have too much to worry about. And of course, like, I have friends that came out just as straight up gay, and, like, their parents were like, this is so great. And then, I mean, you have, like, 2 dads. And then here I am, who, yeah, just whatever. So, long story short, we're, like, at the house with, like, my cat and the clothing and stuff, and they're, like, just being argumentative as usual. Everything in that house was, like, very... If you guys want to know why the fuck I have anxiety, it is because of the level of tension and aggression in that home. It was also never relaxed in that house. It was
think that
always...
also leads into...
You were there.
Well, yeah, I was there, and oh man, I could tell stories too, but like...
Chris did not look forward to having to visit that house because he knew that it was just going to be a stressful event.
Yeah, but just like... I think, like, leading into, like, you starting off as, like, having just rant videos, it was just, like, that's what you had known.
All we did was yell.
That's all you knew was being angry and being mad at them.
And yelling.
And yelling at them and all
There
that
was
stuff.
never a day without yelling. Never. And, like, when I would be at Chris's house and, like, he would be like, yeah, I got in, like, an argument with Nicole, and it would be, like, you guys discuss something quietly for 10 minutes. Like, I was like, what? And, like, honestly, being at your house and, like, your mom especially just, like, so fucking laid back. And I was like, is this what most people... Is this... I've never heard any of your family members yell. Not a single one.
I mean, I obviously have. But
I know, but
it's few and far between.
I've been dating you for 5 years, and I've never heard a single one of your family members yell. And you've been dating me for 5 years, and you've probably never not heard them yell. Mine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
Like, so it's just a lot. But so we're there. And we're talking about how we're going to be flying out of Philadelphia. We obviously chose a very early flight because we wanted to get there. You know, it's going to be a time difference and stuff. So we wanted to get there not so late that we would be, like, fucked up.
We had to get there in time for the office.
Oh, yeah, because we had to get into our apartment building, too. And plus, we wanted to get there. Like, at this point, I want to get to Seattle.
We're both, like, when it comes to traveling shit, we're, like, I get really anxious, too, and I just, like, okay, timetables, we need to be there, like, 17 hours in advance. No, I'm just kidding, but, like...
But I like also really early flights because they're cheaper, and there's less people at, like...
Usually people sleeping.
Yeah, there's usually people sleeping, there's less people at the, Airport, and, like, the TSA
Security
and everything,
like,
yeah. So... Whatever. So, like I said, we live very close to this airport, 20 minutes away from this airport. And at fucking 6 a.m. or whatever our flight was, we wanted to get there, obviously, like, maybe an hour early or an hour and a half early.
Yeah.
So we were probably going to be leaving at, like, at least 5, if not earlier than that. So, like, you know there's not going to be any traffic. It's going to just be very low-key, and it's going to be fine. And so Chris's family, who lives, like... a couple hours away from the Philadelphia airport.
It's like an hour and a half to 2 hours.
They were going to meet us there, and we were all going to have, like, a goodbye kind of thing. And it happened to be, like, I was going to also have my friends there, but it was one of their birthdays, and so, like, we couldn't have them come. So at this point, I'm already, like, disappointed that, like, my friends can't come to see me off. But I was like, all right, well, both of our families will be here. Like, it'll be cool. And so we're, like, explaining this to my family, and they're like, Rachel, you don't understand. Our dog can't eat breakfast earlier than 6:30 a.m. or later than 6:30, and because of like the time of our flight and everything, they would probably not get back until 7, and it was like a half hour too late, and they can't feed the dog earlier than 6:30 because apparently his stomach will erupt or something. Like, what was that?
No, it's nothing.
That was them being like, I don't want to see my youngest daughter fly 3,000 miles away. Like, we don't give a fuck. So at this point, I'm upset as hell because all I wanted was just at least some kind of, like, I'm moving to, like, the tippy top of the country, like, really far away. It's significant for me, and I couldn't even get people to, like, come to the airport to, like, say goodbye to me. Like, my own goddamn family. And then I think of, like, all these people that, like, that I knew that had maybe gone to school, like, 2 hours away, or, like, the people that went to school at, like, Pitt. And they had to, like, fly home, you know, because Pitt's kind of, like,
anybody
far
that
away.
went away to, like, fly to
and, like, parents were, like, flying to see them, like, every weekend and, like, driving up and, like, the fuck? Like, that's not my life. So, anyway, they didn't come to the airport. At this point, we left. We went to Chris's house. We spent the last week in Pennsylvania. Last 2 weeks at your house. It was fine. And your parents took us to the airport, and your mom was there, and she cried. And then we got on the airplane. And then we didn't talk to my family for a while. I don't even remember why we remained contact at that point. I think we just kind of, like, made up. And this is, like, at this point, I'm out as bisexual to, like, all of my friends. And everyone that I meet in Seattle, like, knows about it. Like, there's probably people, like, from Pennsylvania that didn't know. But, like, I'm out. I'm loving it, but I knew that I want to talk about it online. It wasn't like my video was like a coming out video. It was more of like, yo, I've been bi like forever, and I just want to let you guys know that I'm bi too. So like, if any of you guys are bi, you like can get it, you know, like not can get it, but like you can understand it.
You can get it.
You can get it. But like, you know what I mean. So I just wanted to talk about being bi because there's so many whole things that go with that.
Also, well, you just wanted to finally, you know,
100%, be out to
100% be out.
Because I should be allowed to. And, you know, so at this point, I'm like, we're talking to them again. It's like around the holidays. That's probably when we started like talking to my family again.
Yeah.
And it was like a fake kind of like weird.
Well, no, because
they were being really, really nice and stuff, and so we were like,
what your family likes to do is you have giant arguments, and then you wouldn't talk for a couple months, and then
they gaslight me.
Yeah, and then they fucking come back and
they pretend it never fucking happened.
Yeah,
and if I bring it up, they're like, "That never happened, though."
Pause really quick. I need to know what gaslighting means because I don't know what that means. So give me a little lesson.
Okay.
Just because, I don't know.
Gaslighting is an abuse tactic where the abuser will abuse someone, and then when the person that was abused, brings it up to them or, confronts them about it, they pretend that it was all in their head and that it never happened or it didn't happen, that way that they're thinking about it.
Okay.
That's...
Well, just, yeah, you got fucking gaslighted, every day of the week.
That's, my whole life was being... They told me constantly, there's something wrong with you, and then when I went to therapy, they were like, you don't need to go to therapy. There's nothing wrong with you. You're wasting your therapist's time. I'm getting a lot of mixed signals right now. I don't know what to do. So, anyway, I don't even know why we were talking at this point, but then I guess I came out in January, and then shit hit the fan. And we weren't shocked.
That's been the end of that tale until today.
Yeah. There's been some random contact here and there. There was a time where I think
your bank account. It was something happened with your bank account.
Yeah, of course. The only time they ever contact me is money related.
That was the first time they reached out to you. It was something with your
money
bank
related.
Account. Yeah. And then the dog died.
Yeah, and they're trying to get sympathy out of me about this, and so I get a text being like blah 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 passed away. And I waited forever to even respond. And this is from my dad. And this was the first thing that he had said to me since in January. He told me that he never promised to love me unconditionally. Because I came out as bi and he was like, you're out of my life. And I said, and I was really eerily calm. Because I guess I just knew that it was going to happen this way. And so I said, I really think that you're going to regret this decision in the future, and, you're supposed to love me unconditionally. And then his response was, I never promised to love you unconditionally. And then a bell, rang in my head. I was like, you know what? He's right. He's got a point there. Which is fucked up. But, I'm pretty sure I've never heard that from them. So, it's true. He was right. He's just setting me up for,
That's not something you have to fucking explicitly say.
Well, duh. Because, people's parents that, have heard this story, have been, shocked. First of all, people's parents that have heard this story are wait, your parents have gone, 6, 7, 8 months without talking to their daughter? Yeah, that's not, abnormal to me. That doesn't even feel weird. But then when I tell them about that stuff, they're like, what the fuck? Because it is fucked up. And, I just pretend it's it's just Tuesday. But, it's not. But then the first thing he said to me since all of that was that the dog had died. I'm at this point, I don't give a fuck about this dog. And I think I said, hours later, I was I'm sorry for your loss, period. And he said...
He loved you very much.
He loved you very much. No, we're devastated, as if,
You're
to get sympathy from me. And I'm you literally have not talked to me in 8 months. I am not going to be sympathetic. I'm not going to, call you. And I know that, the end of the straw, the last straw or whatever, was that I didn't, call my mom with this dog dying. Because, this was, I knew that, if I didn't call her, that would be, the end of me and her completely. Because this was, the ultimate betrayal. And, I didn't call. And, obviously. But I haven't talked to them since that moment, which was not too long ago. And this whole shit with therapy was all fucked up because I had a therapist for 3 sessions, and then she was moving on to a different place, and so they were waiting to get me in with a new therapist that I would actually have for a long period of time, and it's taken forever. I still haven't even had my first appointment with this new one. And so...
Thank God it's starting, though.
Yeah, it's I have one next week, finally.
Our lives are in good order.
I'm honestly kind of nervous because, of course, it's the first therapy session with this bitch. So I have to, do the whole fucking first therapy session thing.
This is the third therapist now. You've explained it all to.
And I'm sick of it. But at least I'm getting there. But, like, I needed that right now because, like, this all happened. My parents contact me out of the blue. Chris loses his job. I was like, I need to not be thinking about all of this by myself right now. Like, I really need to, like, talk to someone, so.
Well, props to you for being, like, you've made it through this past month, like, with, like, doing really fucking good.
Like, it doesn't even matter because at least they're not hitting me anymore. So, you know, that's
I'm sure there's many.
That was probably, obviously, the worst part of that. So, and that hasn't happened since I moved out. And that, well, actually, that one time that they hit me in front of you when we were, like, just staying there. Yeah. But, you know, at least that part is over. And so I can handle, like, I don't know, the part where they disown me for just being myself. You know, I know we took, like, a fucking morbid turn, but, like, I don't know. I just need to vent about this shit sometimes, and I can't make a goddamn video about it because...
Just watch. I have to pause here. Just watch your legs, because the rubbing might make some weird noises on the microphone.
I know. I'm trying not to. It's my thighs rubbing together. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, so that's the intrigue there. Who knows? Like, I think about it because it's like... I have a lot of friends that live in LA that, like, recently moved, and, like, their parents either, like, went with them initially to, like... help them move in or whatever, or like have visited really recently, or like will see them for holidays and stuff. And like your family has like their own kind of like issue, like your mom has like her whole thing with her job going on, and like your dad's, they're building a fucking house right now, so like obviously they can't visit us. But my parents were supposed to visit me for my birthday, but I came out before it because in my head I was like, they're gonna visit me and I don't want to come out in person, and because that would be horrible. You
wanted to know if they would still come and visit after you
it was kind of like a test for me. I was like, I'm gonna come out and I want to know if like it's gonna be, I don't want them to visit me be like
without you being really you,
without me like being open and being out, and like without them, because like it would have been weird at this point because I had been out for so long to everybody else. But I didn't want them to visit me knowing that, like, they probably wouldn't have visited me if they had known that I was out. And then when I came out, they obviously didn't visit me. So I was like, I guess I was right. So, you know.
In a way, like, I have no qualms with my family or anything. But, like, in a way, I'm a little bit thankful that, like I haven't been visited yet. And that's just due to, like, life. And
we've only been visited by friends, which has been at least nice that we've had like friends that visited us.
But like, I'm not like that person that's like always talking to their parents. I just catch up with my parents every once in a while, and I'm just thankful that like, in a way, I'm thankful that like it's not the other way where it's like my parents are always here all the time, because I wouldn't want you to feel like even worse about it.
I don't know if it would though, because like, when I would be, like, around my friends that had really awesome parents, it would make me feel like that. But with you, it's, like, it's different because, like, I feel like we're already a family. So, in a way, it's, like, I lost family. Like, we don't speak to... My immediate family is, like, already fucked up, clearly.
That was a whole, like...
A religious thing. And so, we don't talk to grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins. Not a single Not a single member...
Oh my God.
I can't fucking talk. Not a single member of my family speaks to each other. And the only time we ever see them are funerals, which I'm sure, like, there are people out there that are like, yeah, I get this. Because, like, that's how it is.
I didn't meet anybody else in your family until that funeral that I went with you to.
Yeah.
Which was, like, not
We had been dating for, like, 5 years. It was, like, right before we moved.
Yeah, it was right before we moved.
Yeah. You didn't even meet
first time
anyone.
I met anybody else.
I know. And that's the last time I talked to them.
Yeah, true.
They didn't even know I was, like, moving to Seattle. They didn't know shit about me. They didn't even know you existed. Like, we don't talk. And so, like, who even knows if, like, any of them even know that I came out or anything. Like,
oh, no.
Because people have asked me, they're like, oh, well, what does your, like, rest of your family think? And I'm like, I don't know, and I guess I really don't care, because... And that's another thing, too, when we talked about the wedding. I think we talked about that in a podcast. Like, if we were to ever get married and how I'm kind of, like...
Yeah, we answered a question.
Yeah. Because, think about that, like, I already don't have the immediate family that's going to be there, but also the extended family, so, like, the bride's side is, like, empty besides friends, and that just makes me sad. So, I just like...
That's why I'm leaning more of the way of, like, the
courtroom
wedding
wedding.
and then having a big party.
And, like, I'm still into that. It just sucks
'Cause,
that
like,
I
you
don't
could-
get to have the wedding that, like,
Yeah.
I feel like people deserve, but at the same time, it'll be fun. And it doesn't matter about any of that, because it's all about us, I guess.
Our party after our wedding is going to be, like, the gayest event ever.
Oh my god!
so-
It will be so gay, which I love.
I love it, too. It's great.
And, like, that's another thing. Like, they didn't know I was bi. I'm like, Mom, I'm literally only friends with lesbians. Like, since high school. And, like, everyone I was friends with in high school, if they weren't gay, they were at least, like, pan or bi or anything.
Somewhere on the spectrum.
I'm like, I'm in drama and choir.
What
like,
do you expect?
I'm fucking my girlfriends. Like, and yet no one knows. Like, it was just such a fucking...
I also knew that, like, even though they were nice to them, I knew with my dads that, like, they were not approving. Like,
They didn't approve of any of my friends that were gay. I remember when my one friend came out, my mom said, like, oh, I knew there was something I didn't like about her. And I'm like, meanwhile, we're, like, hooking up, like, every day after school. I'm like, Mom, what the fuck? Like, yeah.
Good times, not at all.
Not really.
Not at all.
But I don't know, like, where I'm at now. Because it's, like, I'm in a weird spot because I'm completely financially independent of them. I'm on my own health insurance.
The only thing in the slightest that
is the co-sign on my student loans.
That's the only thing.
But I pay my student loans every fucking month, and I've never, like... Part of me was like, wouldn't it be so cool if, like, I just, like, stopped paying my student loans and they just had to pay them? Because they're co-signed.
Yeah.
But it would ruin my credit.
Yeah.
But I would absolutely love to fuck them in the ass with that, honestly. And it's not even that much money. Like, in the grand scheme of things, my student loans are a lot less than...
We went to a cheap-ass school.
Yeah. But, like, it would be nice if I didn't have to spend that, like, couple $100s every month on student loan bills, and I could just make them do it. But, you know, I also like the fact that, like, I would never, like, ask my parents to, like, do that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like, the money stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, that was the thing, too. Like, when we moved to Seattle, they gave us, like, a ridiculous amount of money to help us. And so, like, at this point, you're like, oh my god, that's so nice. Like, they're so
But they were literally
generous.
just paying us off.
They literally just, like, buy, you know. So...
That was, like...
That was a weird... I almost, like, regret using that money on anything.
I don't...
But at the same time, we're not indebted to them.
I don't regret using that money because it got us here, and, like...
It got me away from
I'll
them.
take your fucking money because you're shit. So,
Yeah.
like, I'll take that, and I'll go make my life a million times better without you in it.
And
kind of thing.
whatever. They'll probably never visit out here, and
No.
that's fine. I couldn't even, like,
This
picture
place
them
is too
out
gay
here.
for them.
Well, that too. Yeah. That too.
Come on, there's rainbow sidewalks on every corner. Like,
And, like, I'm, like, in a weird spot now because, like, the weird part about all of this was, like, between all of the abuse and everything else that goes along with it, the weird thing was that my mom was, like, oddly just, like, conversationalist, like I am, obviously. It's probably where I get it from. And she would call me up, like, in the morning or whatever, like, when you were working, and we would have these conversations about pretty much nothing, you know, like, what's going on in pop culture, what's going on with the weather, what's going on with, like, people that are at where she works and stuff like that. But, like, it was just nice to, like, have someone that you could call when you're, like, bored, that you wanted to, like, talk
Shoot the
to.
shit with.
Yeah, and you were always jealous of that because we could talk about anything, and your parents are kind of, like, weird in that way where you guys are more, like, you talk about, like, current jobs and weather, and then, like, that's kind of it. Like, you guys are a little, like, less close, but, like, I wasn't close to my family.
I know.
It was just a very weird spot for me to be in. It was very confusing on me because part of me wanted this relationship where we could talk on the phone and, like, have, like, and she's funny. Like, we would have, like, where do you think I get my humor from? Like, you know, we'd have, like, our laughs, but then I had to remember that, like, all of this other stuff had happened. And
there are some,
sometimes
I would say,
I miss
like,
that
high
shit.
highs and really low lows.
Yeah. And then I would, like, miss it. And so, like, when this was all going on, like, in March, I came out in January, so, like, March rolls around. At this point, we've not been talking for a few months, and I'm, like, at that point where I'm, like, stupidly missing them, which is so dumb of me.
It's not dumb. It's not dumb. No matter how much shit has happened, I can still understand that.
It's just...
Obviously, like...
it's just not where I wanted to be at the time. So, like, I was, like, calling. I've talked about this on my YouTube channel where I was, like, calling. They weren't answering. And then I went home to Pennsylvania to visit friends. And then we were also, like, my friends kind of had, like, the idea that, like, maybe we could go see them and, like, talk it out. And they weren't going to see me. At this point, they haven't seen me in a year.
A little bit less
than a year.
But still, like...
But, like, you just think about it, like, your parents would have killed you if you went to Pennsylvania and you didn't see them.
Yeah.
Like, mine didn't even want to see me. So it was, like, just not cool. And, like, every once in a while I get, like, weird, and it's probably, like, hormones, or I'm just, like, not right
or
in
it's
a
just
good
like
mood.
being a human, because I still don't fault you at all for just like having any sort of like feelings about that.
I get frustrated with myself, but
I know.
I called them like recently and they didn't answer, and I was like, oh, that's probably because I never called after the dog died, you know what I'm saying? And like my sister, I have no interest in ever speaking to her again after all of the things that she said when I came out. Also, that's another thing. Fuck. Like, remember the band Tattoo? All the things she said, running through my head. Remember that? It was, like, this girl band, and they sang that song. Okay, you were not a gay girl when you were younger, so I guess I can understand this. But, like,
Come on, like, Linkin Park was the only thing I was playing from, like, 5th grade till, like, senior year.
Every queer girl was, like, yes! At this song, and like I think it was like MTV Music Awards or like VH1, VMA, whatever the hell it was, they had a stage full of women, and at that point, like in the chorus or something, every girl starts making out with each other, and as like a little like young closeted bisexual, I was like, why do I love this? Why am I loving this? Like anytime someone would be like, okay, for instance, I think it was like John Tucker Must Die. I think like just when you're
supposed to be into John Tucker.
Yeah. But like when you're a girl that likes girls when you're younger, you are desperate for media where it's media. You're desperate for like that kind of thing. And so like when you find out you're like in John Tucker Must dies, two of the girls like kiss each other and you're like, oh my god, I gotta see that, and like you do, and it's like for 2 seconds it's like not even a big deal, and you're like, oh my god, that's crazy. Or like anything like that. Jennifer's Body was another one. Oh man, what a good time though. And I don't even like Megan Fox because she says some really biphobic shit, even though she is bisexual. It's very confusing, but it was a hot movie. I'm sorry, it was. So like it just confuses me how little they like. I mean, I guess it was me, so, like, I know what my life is like.
Well, there couldn't possibly be a gay person in this household.
Well, I know.
That's gotta be the thought.
Well, it was just, like, they knew that I had crushes on boys, so they probably thought, like, they were in the clear. Meanwhile, I had just as many crushes on girls, if not more. Let's be honest, my sexuality is more towards women, and it's so weird when I, like, realize how shocking it was to them, because like for me, I was doing really gay things all up in the beginning, like very young age. I was like just, you know, like they found my Barbie scissoring, like what did they think that was about? You know, they think I had a lack of Ken dolls. No, I had a Ken doll and I never played with him because he was not
who the
cool.
fuck plays with Ken?
I know, he's lame anyway, but like think about that, like you walk into your kid's room and your Barbies are scissoring. What do you think that's about? What do you think's the hidden message there? You know what I'm saying? I was just talking about this with Brie, like all the little gay things that we all did when we were little. Like,
yeah,
it's great though. I don't give a shit. Like, am I different at all? No.
No.
Like, and there's nothing wrong with it. Oh my god, kills me.
Oh, sorry.
Coffee maker. We never unplugged that, did we?
Nope.
So that's my sordid tale, I guess. I don't know.
So what does this say about the house? I'm fucking kidding.
I know.
No, it's okay. Talked about the person I want to talk about. We're fucking talking about.
I really just wanted to discuss man caves.
Yeah, man caves.
This stupid sweater, like, gets green fuzz all over me. It sucks. It's like getting underneath my nails that I just did.
What the hell? How's it doing that?
I don't know. It's a fucking weird sweater. It's from H&M and it was like $5.
But it's still awesome.
I love it. It's very comfortable though. So that's I mean, I'll probably like talk about this more often on the podcast because I feel like it's the only place I really can.
These stories are so fucking long that like you can't possibly do it in a fucking video and this is just a way better format to...
I think about, like, how much more confident I am in my body since moving out, too. Because, like, I was constantly told how fat I was all the time at my house. Mm-hmm. All the time. And I was constantly pressured to be on some diet. And once I moved out, I still fluctuate with my weight, like, all the time. Like, I had gained a lot of weight in college, and then I lost it when I moved to Seattle. And I've probably gained a little bit back of what I lost, but at the same time, like, I'm eating well, and I'm working out, and I really just don't care.
But hey, I'd say, like...
I look awesome.
In, like, the year and a half since we've moved...
It's been a year and a half?
Since we've moved. A little
really?
bit. Well, a year and... Like, November will be a year and a half.
Wow.
So, like, almost a year and a half, and, like, you've at least gotten to the point where, like, you're, like, completely healthy and you're thinking about, like, weight and food and everything like that. I'd say that's, like, awesome progress.
I mean, because, like, it would be, like, if I ate something really unhealthy when I was, like, trying to be healthy, I would feel really guilty about it. Now, I really don't care. I have my days where I eat nothing but green shit, and... You know, I do my workouts, and then I have my days where I eat my sandwiches, and I do my thing, and I just don't care anymore. I don't have the room in my heart to care about not being at... And, like, I still have a lot more progress on my body that I would like to make, but I take it so slow. Like, I think a lot of the people on, like, the internet get confused when, like, I, you know, like, was saying, like, I was, like, trying to lose weight, and it didn't happen like that. You know what I mean? Like, people expect you to, like, lose weight very quickly, and I took it so goddamn slow, and just, that was probably the best. This is definitely the healthiest I've ever lost weight, or the healthiest I've ever been, probably. In terms of, like, physical... I'm, like, so much stronger now with, like, all of the yoga and everything.
Health does not equate to weight.
Well, and, yeah,
like,
I know.
You're definitely
I mean, like, the way that I went about losing weight, I was very healthy about. But also, I probably am at my healthiest, too, in general.
Definitely, because we're getting a lot more nutrients.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Well, yeah. And I'm, like, so much stronger, because I used to do sports, but now I don't do sports, and I just do the yoga, and my arms are, like, looking real great. My legs look awesome. Just, you know.
Well, I'd say that, like, again, like, in the grand scheme of things, the short amount of time that we've been here, and, like...
A lot of positive change.
Well, yeah, like, coming from all the stuff that, like, happened immediately right before we left, and then, like, having almost, like, a resurgence of that at the beginning of this year in January, like, you said you still have changes you want in your body, but, like, in the short amount of time...
I'm not, like, rushing.
Yeah, in the short amount of time I've been here, I think you're doing pretty good with just, like, getting yourself mentally to a good state with all of the shit that's been there.
I know. It's pretty cool.
So now we're, like, really set because, like, it's not anything on this scale, but I mean, it kind of relates. Like, last year, our favorite time of the year is the holiday season. For, like, September till the end of the year. It's, like, our favorite time of year because it's fall. We got all the holidays that we love and stuff, and it's our favorite time of year. And, like, your family was being shit, and, like, we were not in a good place, like, financially or anything. And it was just, like, not
a happy time.
We did not enjoy the holiday season that much. The only good thing that was, like, really, really enjoyable was the fact that we got Lila.
And it'll still be kind of weird. Like, I know that, like, I always avoid being on, like, Instagram on, like, oh my god, think about Mother's Day and Father's Day.
Yeah.
I was, like, not even on the internet those 2 days, because I don't need to see...
Sibling Day.
Sibling Day. I don't need to see everybody's, like, picture of, like, their smiley, happy parents, and then this, like, long-ass paragraph about, like, how much they mean to them and how amazing they are, and I, like, believe it. I'm like, I'm sure they are amazing, and I'm jealous. Like, I'll just be honest, I'm fucking jealous. Like, you know. So, I'm still gonna have, like, weird...
But let it be known that you've taken all that stuff that you've been through, and you are the best damn cat mom to these fucking chunks.
Well, that's true.
You know exactly. You know what to not do at all. And I know we don't have to deal with, like, cats coming out or anything like that.
Hey, you never know.
But I mean,
and, like, that's the thing. I would never tell Lila she was fat, and if I did, it would be a good thing.
We say chunks with so much love and endearment.
I know. Like, fuck. Remember prom? You weren't there. I don't know why I said
Remember prom? Yes, as a matter of fact, I don't.
Like, I think about prom, and my first thought was when I came downstairs in my dress, and the first thing my mom said to me was that she thought I looked heavy in it. And I was like, this is so nice. Life is so strange.
Oh my god.
Life really is strange. I can't believe there's a hole in these leggings. I'm pissed. Probably
Yeah, you should stop playing with those threads.
Well, it's my threads. Thread the needle. This is an old pair, though. These are like my comfy pair. These are my bloated pair. They're not very, like, stiff in the waist area, so I can really hone in.
Okay.
How long have we been recording?
We're at like an hour and 20.
Wow.
I mean, I'm sure nobody's really... Wow. I just burped. I'm sure nobody's really upset.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can bench it up right now.
I guess so. On that note.
Yeah. We can take questions in the next one, because I did ask for them, but I don't want to, like, kill it with another question that we could spin off. And I wasn't expecting to, like, fucking talk about all this, but...
It's about time we have our own original content.
That's true. All right, so you're getting your laptop together. Yeah. Whatever. I love the podcast. I love that I can just be like, you know, just letting it go. And that's the other thing, like, there's not really comments, you know, like, people can talk to me about what I've said in the podcast, but at the same time, like, I put it out there and then people listen, and that's usually, like, the end of that. Like, if I made a YouTube video about all this, it would just be, like, too much.
Yeah.
But let's move on to a happier note. So something that I want to talk about real fast before launching into the binges is, you know, Guy Fieri is great, and he is God. However, I feel like it would get, like, repetitive as hell if we only did the Guy Fieri kind of thing for the benches. So I think we should keep doing different Food Network chefs and stuff, but, you know, do our thing.
Yeah, we'll see how doing different ones works. I feel like it might be a little bit harder because, like, you know, Flavor Town, like, it's a whole town. There's lots of things that we, like,
I know,
kind
but,
of
like,
analogize, is that a word, in that, but, like...
We could even, like, not even make it, like, one specific one. We could be, like, each person could be, like, a different thing from the Food Network cinematic universe, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Like, Bobby Flay's cheekbones, somehow. Or, like... all of the items that Rachel Ray is carrying out of her fridge because she's too lazy to just make multiple trips. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, shit like that. Alright, so, anyway, let's get into the Bench Town. Chris, you can start it off as you always do.
We've got Supreme Bencho Carissa, which, pause, Carissa, listen.
Yeah.
We emailed you, asking you what kind of fucking preferences you have for coffee, and you were like...
So nice.
You had the audacity... No, I'm just kidding. You told us that we did not need to send you that. Listen, bitch, if you're gonna send us $50 fucking every month, like...
You're getting the
You're
perks.
getting the perks. There's no legal obligation, but just like, come on.
I mean, I'm just... No. It's happening. It's happening, and enjoy. I'm excited because I know what kind of coffee we're getting you, and I'm pumped. But anyway,
there'll also be a Polaroid in that one too.
Well, duh. But obviously I'm most excited for the coffee. But
yeah,
CoffeeWithChrachel. All right, so Carissa, cruising through Flavortown.
Oh, we're starting off Flavortown.
Are we not? I mean,
I thought you would. I thought you just said like different things. Or are we doing Flavortown this time around?
Well, I mean, what else will we do? It's cruising through Flavortown. Like it is.
You're taking us into this whole spiel.
I was thinking like maybe the new people we could like change it up, but I don't know. Who cares? We'll just go with it.
We'll just go with it.
All right, Angelica Feliz, you are.
Please.
You are. Please. Fuck.
Vanna, please.
Shut up.
Fucking Wheel of Fortune crossover.
You are the Feliz Navidad celebration on the Food Network Christmas holiday special. On Food Network.
the Food Network Star competition challenge where they have to make, like... You remember, like, in last Food Network Star, they were like, okay, you've got to make, like, something for Halloween. You're doing Christmas.
Oh, yeah. You're the Feliz Navidad and all of that.
Yes. Raleigh Blevins, you're just the fucking Blevmeister. Like,
Blevo, my bev.
You are the Blevmeister on the Food Network. Like, honestly, it's just, that's you.
That's it. A new one,
New one.
This is Hannah Peterson, and you are...
The Peter Pan peanut butter in the Cutthroat kitchen pantry.
That's it. Beautiful.
Boom!
Jenna Gordonier. Oh, that's weird.
Oh my god, the dining hall that I worked in was in Gordonier Hall.
That's bizarre.
Oh my god, I'm
also having to deal with food. You are the upper dick.
Oh my god, you are the upper dick.
That's your new thing, Jenna. I'm sorry, but it's happening.
It was called the upper deck. We all called it the upper dick. Everything was fucking pirate themed to that stupid place.
Yeah, it was the anchor, the
galley,
the cove.
The upper deck.
The upper deck.
Yeah.
That's it, right?
And then there was the cyber cafe.
The cyber cafe.
Yes, those pirates and their cyber cafes.
Fuck them. Melissa Andrade, you are... Because your name kind of looks very similar to an Andes Mint. So you are the Andes Mint in the chopped basket of Flavortown, if you know what I'm saying, of Food Network.
Sasha.
You are the sash on the winner of Guy Fieri's grocery games.
Oh.
I don't know if there is a sash, but if they had one, you would be it.
Awesome. Rebecca Whittington.
You
are... Oh, I got this. You are...
I got it, too.
Well, I was going to say, either you are the Justin Willman
on
the Cupcake Wars in Flavortown.
That's true. Or she could also be the witty banter... witty banter between Alton, Giada, and Bobby on Food Network Star.
Either way.
You've
got a lot of options.
It's a good place to be.
Michaela Jernigan.
You are the Jergens natural lotion on the legs of Giada. Right?
That's a good place to be.
You're not wrong. Next, we have Bronwyn Wallace. You are the winner of...
That's a stretch.
What?
Wallace and winner?
No, Bronwyn. Winner. Win.
Oh.
Win.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, Chris. You are the winner of Chopped. You won. You are the Chopped champion. And it's happening. You were not Chopped. Ted Allen wants to suck your nipple. A little bit. Oh my god. That was not me farting. That was my chair.
Brandy Coates.
You are... In Iron Chef America, the special secret ingredient is brandy.
Oh.
That's a pretty good one.
Morimoto is fucking glazing a fish with you.
Oh my god. I would love to be glazed by that.
You'd like to be filleted?
Bobby filleted, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh.
What I tweeted the other day, I was like, "Beat Bobby Flay" is a really unique show title. With, the emoji that looks like you're whacking somebody off.
Oh my god.
Honestly, I'd love to beat Bobby Flay.
Ooh.
Anyway.
Marisa Bell. You are... Wait.
I'm waiting.
You are the bell pepper in the sauté of whose kitchen?
Let's go with a barefoot Contessa.
Oh, this is a bell pepper that has been grown in Barefoot Contessa's garden.
You are a really good bell pepper, if you know what I'm saying. But store-bought is fine if you don't have a good Marisa Bell.
Larry Brinson Jr.
You are the junior chop challenge, where it's like children competing. Oh, that's it.
Interesting. Going with the junior this time.
Yeah, I know.
Sarah Carlisle.
You are the car that takes Guy Fieri and Carissa to Flavortown.
When Carissa is cruising in, she's cruising in
on the Carlisle.
On Sarah Carlisle.
That's what I'm saying.
Lexi Ortiz.
You are the Lexus.
Oh my god, I've got to take a spin with this.
Spin
you are the Lexus that is sponsoring Food Network Star, that they drive into the challenges.
And they zoom in on the Lexus.
Zoom in on the logo.
That's you.
That's the spin.
Spin this. Brittany Cella, or Stella.
Hello.
You are the Britney Spears music that is playing during a commercial break.
Oh my god.
On Food Network. That one, we'll come back. The orchestra was busy this day. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Bridget Dubbin.
You are the dubbed-in words for Morimoto on Iron Chef.
Good one.
Also a very highly respectable place to be.
Very respectable.
Definitely.
Grayson Clark.
You are the sin. No.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm thinking of like Food Network star season whatever was before this. It's like the one guy that was like, I've got 7 deadly sins. Like,
oh, fuck that guy. No, actually, because I don't like that personally.
No, I don't either.
Grayson, you are the gray hair on the head of fucking Zakarian.
Another great place to be.
Another fabulous choice.
Vlyn Vance.
You are the van that's also a food truck that's being visited by Guy Fieri on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Ooh.
It's pretty damn
That's
intriguing.
pretty damn cool.
It's not bad.
Hillary Gay.
You are...
No, that's on YouTube.
Yeah, I love her, though. All right. Hillary Gay. You are the gay, the jovialness, the happiness of... I feel like Damaris Phillips is just very gay, very happy, very jovial. You are Damaris Phillips, and you are about to make me a nice Southern at heart meal.
I was going to go the other way. I was actually going to go play on Hillary. You are the Hickory smoked bacon.
Oh, hick my bick. Remember when we did like the I said like, oh, that's the hickory in like the bacon mustard video or whatever. The fucking weird bits in that.
I taste the hickory or something like that.
It was too hickory.
Oh my god. Hickory dickory dock.
Suck my cock.
Guy Fieri climbed up the clock.
Oh, okay. I sucked Bobby's cock. Alright. Gabby Chambers, you are what I would assume Alton Brown's sex chamber is.
Ooh,
that's
the best spot to be.
That's okay, but honestly, Chris, as a straight man, would you fuck Alton Brown?
I think Alton Brown is one of the exceptions.
Yeah, right? Bobby Flay, Alton Brown, Zakarian.
I don't know how I feel about Bobby, but...
Really?
Yeah. I don't find the attractiveness to Bobby.
It's because you can tell he's, like, such an asshole. And I think there's just something...
Going for the bad boys, eh?
Yeah, Alton Brown's definitely, like, becoming a bad boy now with Cutthroat Kitchen.
Definitely.
But...
I mean, he followed you because you called him a fucking Disney villain.
That's true. Anyway, next.
Anna Hernandez.
I feel like this is new, too. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Anna Hernandez, you are the annual Hamptons party at Barefoot Contessa's home that she has where she invites all of her gay friends over and they have like delicious eggplant parmesan. And she's like, how easy was that?
Oh my god.
Jennifer Holtz. Holtz. Who goes there? You are... the fir tree, Jennifer. The fir tree on the plot of land surrounding Alton Brown's home. I feel like he would live in, like, the woods. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
Don't you feel that? I know it's a stretch. It's a reach. But I feel like it could be something. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, this shit changes every week. So like, we're going to do lots of fun
There's
things.
going to be lots of weird shit.
Courtney White.
You are the... What about, like, the Japanese white bread that they use on, like, chops sometimes? Where it's, like, that really thick white bread that they'll use as, like, the secret ingredient? That's what I think you are.
Okay.
Okay.
Becca Ryan.
You are... Becca. I'm just over here, like, whispering, Becca.
Becca.
You are...
There's a mirror here. Maybe you say Becca 3 times. She'll show up in the mirror.
That would be really a great time, honestly.
I'm going to think about this because I'm not just going to say that you were on the census. We need to fucking think of something.
No, Becca, you are the buca.
Oh my god.
The buca de Beppo.
That's a fucking restaurant here. That is, I think it's all over the place. It's not.
Is
even,
it?
Yeah. It's
Is
like
it a chain?
It's a chain. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Buca de Beppo.
Buca de Beppo. No, you are the. There's got to be an Italian word called buca for like something, and then Giada would definitely talk about you on Everyday Italian.
I feel like I could hear Giada saying buca.
Yeah, just picture Giada's tits whispering in your ear, buca. Anyway, next. Breland Mistol. Now, here's the injury.
You're always going to be the Cafe Misto.
It's not going to change. However, it could be who's sipping on you, if you know what we're saying. Oh. This is on Best Thing I Ever Ate, Coffee Edition. And it's... I'm going to go with...
Freitag?
Yeah. Amanda Freitag is talking about the Cafe Misto that she had, that she just could not...
The Breland Mistol that she had.
Yeah, and she couldn't stop.
Tori Sailor.
Oh, man. You are the tour of the restaurant after it's finished on Restaurant Impossible.
Oh my god.
That's
you
it.
are the tour of Italy. No,
oh my god.
Sophie Smith.
Ooh, okay. You are the sofa in the Food Network star waiting room where they're waiting for the judges to deliberate. And you're like sitting there and they're all like, I think you did really well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you're surprised I didn't go with Forge.
Kayla Roberts.
You are
the robin's egg that is in the chopped basket.
Would they fucking do
I don't know.
I feel like they would do that, though.
They would do that shit. Like, they're fucking nuts.
I drank too much coffee. Now I have to pee.
Oh, my God.
All right, next.
Elizabeth Dole Whip Doles. You are the Dole Whip. But
No. At this point, you are the episode of Cutthroat Kitchen, or not Cutthroat Kitchen, Food Network Star, where they're obviously sponsored by Dole products. You know, like sometimes they did like Hershey's products and they had to use... You're the Dole sponsorship. And you are being made into a pineapple upside down cake. That's
Very
it.
nice.
Like a Dole pineapple?
Yeah.
Thanks.
That would be delicious.
It would.
Rachel Leask.
The least you could do is turn on the Food Network and shut up. No, I'm just kidding. You are the lease that's being signed by Bobby Flay for his new bungalow, where he can barbecue and brunch and other bee things. Beat Bobby Flay. Anyway.
Mackenzie Knight.
You are the macaroni. That's a secret ingredient. Like the boxed macaroni.
Wow.
And they're like, whoa, this is going to fuck up everybody on Chopped right now.
Wow.
But they make a nice dish out of you, Mackenzie.
There's that one person that's always like, I saw macaroni in that box and I knew I was fucked.
And then there's someone that's like, I was looking down on my plate and I realized I forgot the macaroni. I forgot the Mackenzie Knight. Alexandria Johnson.
That bench we hugged.
Yeah, you are the hug. You are... you are the son of Giada, who is helping her make little finger foods on her show.
Alexandria Giadason.
Oh my god, that's actually really fucked up. Could we do that with everybody's name? Maybe not. And
last but not least,
Rachel Evans, you are... I got this. You are the even coating of powdered... Wait, no. You are the even coating of salt on the rim of the cocktail that Sandra Lee is getting fucked up on.
That.
Another good place to be. Wouldn't you fuck Sandra Lee? In a semi-homemade way. Like, you can only fuck her if, like, half of your routine is store-bought.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much for being a bench. If you want to be a bench and help us out and support this podcast and these chunks, you can always check us out at patreon.com/CoffeeWithChrachel.
And you could also, I might as well just whore out everything. Also on Twitter, CoffeeWChrachel. We talk about things sometimes there.
Yeah, and you can also follow us, Chris Hubbard, Rachel Waiters. It's a thing.
And yeah, if you want to actually find out more about what we like in houses, we're also doing Twitch streams, and like we're enjoying it. We're building an underwater house right now.
It's gonna be really, really cool. I'm yawning.
We usually get on Twitch at like midnight Pacific time.
I got like a tweet today and they were like, you always stream when it's like 2 a.m. on the East Coast, and I always miss it. And I'm like, fuck. You're right. We need to be better. We need to be better at it.
Okay.
Right. I guess that about rounds up this eclectic podcast.
Hope you guys enjoyed 3 episodes this week.
Yeah, we enjoyed doing that, so hopefully we'll have more surprise, good news in the future where we were like, we have to film an extra podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh! One last thing. We did also hit 100,000 downloads.
Right! Very unique and a very important number, I'd say.
That's very important.
So thank you to all the people that have downloaded this mess. It really means a lot to us.
Yes, thank you so much.
But yeah, I guess that's where we're heading out. Today
we're rolling out.
We're posting this, and then we're gonna watch the Emmys. So I'm pumped.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone vote for Mad Men. But anyway, thank you guys so much for having a cup of coffee with us.
And we will see you on Wednesday.
Later.